Hey guys, Robbie, Missouri Worm Supply. You want to set up a huge nursery bin for your composting worms? Stick around, I'm going to show you a fast and easy way to do that. Okay guys, I pulled out 6 breeder bins. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them here. These are regular mortar trays. Have you sitting over here on the wall. We're just going to run these 6 today just to make the video. And I'm going to show you using the big machine, and I'm going to show you using the worm gear on how we do that and why we really like that hand sifting machine. So we're going to take these, we're going to run all these, we're going to pull the cocoons, pull the castings, pull the worms, rebed these, put them back on the shelf, and then I'm going to show you what we do with the cocoons and how this can greatly improve your success rate and keeping your worms alive. All right. Okay, it's going to get a little noisy with this machine. I'm going to try to buffer out the noise, but we're going to start running these guys. These have been sitting for 21 days, and on Wednesday, like today is Saturday. So Wednesday, we come in, we pull all the covers off, we fluff these bins. If they are dry enough at that point, which they should not be, we'll just put the covers back on. But most likely, they're too moist. So we'll pull that off. We'll come into the bin and we'll hand fluff the bin. Sorry you can't see. All right, we'll hand fluff this bin up, get a lot of air in there, leave the covers off. I'll come in every day, I get home from work, and I'll refluff these bins. That puts enough oxygen in there and gets enough air through that bin that it starts drying out good enough that it'll run through these machines without clumping up. So without further ado, I'm going to run 5 of these, probably put it on fast forward, then I'm going to show you how we do the final one through the hand sifter. Feel free to take your time doing this. You don't have to overload your machine. Whether it's a big machine or a small machine, just take your time. You want to make sure you get all your castings out, get all the cocoons out. Just about done with this one. The good part about the way we're doing this, if any worms or cocoons are left in here, it's okay. I'm going to put new bedding in here, restart the system so we never lose anything. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and pause you and run the rest of these. Hey guys, if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Okay, so now we have got the one bin run, and this is their bin here. What we do for our bins, this is our compost. We pre-sift it. We got one part of our pre-compost or pre-sifted compost here. On this side, this is our mushroom compost. We're trying to get those fungal numbers up. We got one part in here. This kind of tannish material, this is mealworm frass. This is really going to help keep the bugs out of your system or help build toxins in the plants to keep the bugs away. So we're going to take all this, we'll mix this in a little bit. Now, when you run your worms, let me grab this. You're going to have what we call overs. You'll see me, I talk about them, I call them doo-doo balls. Want that in there. And then we got our worms here. The reason I want this material in here is this material is full of bacteria, microbes, all of it's in there. It's all doing really good. So when I'm wetting this bed and getting it ready, I'm mixing in all those, all that bacteria throughout the whole bin so that it's pretty much self-inoculating itself. And I am going to shoot another video today. You guys need to understand when you're running mushroom compost, it absorbs water probably 5 times more than shredded cardboard does. You all know shredded cardboard really sucks in the water. And I'm hoping you can see, you see the little tiny white, looks like white dots everywhere. That is mushroom, that's the mushroom compost, it's the hardwood. The hardwood that's in there takes longer to absorb water. So this bed, if you go by the squeeze thing, I'm almost there. This is nowhere close to being dry enough. If you let this sit for 30 minutes, an hour, overnight, you come back in, you're going to be amazed at how dry this bin actually is. So always get the mushroom compost wetter than you think it should be, and then go back and test it. You'll see that I'm 100% right on that. And even if you get it too wet, just add a little more dry compost. All right, so we'll take this. It's almost where we want it. And what I do, just to help out, I dig a little hole there. Now take our worms. Let me grab a little paintbrush. Sorry, folks. And what you got in here is 3/4 pound of worms in there. I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. All the worms out of there. That's it. Now I'm just going to cover these guys up. Alright, I'm going to get food and water here. This is part of our food. This is bran. This is mostly ectoskeletons of mealworms. This helps out again with the frass and the chitin for your castings at the end to be very, very beneficial for your garden, for somebody else's garden, so that it helps deter pests. Again, there's our mealworm food, or our premium worm chow. Put on top of that. We'll wet all that in, and that's it. I'll put the cover on this, put this up on the shelf. We feed it every Wednesday, every Saturday, and then we'll pull and do this whole thing again on in 21 days. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run the rest of these bins till I get down to the last one, and I'll bring you back in for that. Okay, guys, we're back. This is our last bin here. And for this bin, we're going to use our Worm Gear Turbo Sift. What we like to do is we'll run 2 screens at the same time. Our bottom screen, we're going to use a 3mm or 1/8" screen. That's going to catch our cocoons. And for the top one, we're going to run the 4mm or 5/32. Right, I'll show you how we're doing this. This is if you don't have a trauma and you're doing something at home. Remember, again, I got 2 screens on here at the same time. That's pretty quick, mostly all worms right there. Now, what's left in here, this is going to be your cocoons. Down below is going to be your castings. So let's go ahead and we're going to run this whole bin. You see, I've dried this bin out pretty good, which helps with the sifting process. If it's too wet, the material won't go through the way you want it to, and it starts clogging up your system. So you've got to pre-dry those bins out. So that's there. And the way that we do everything, as you can see, I've got a couple worms that have made it through. I'm okay with that, because they're never going to lose anything. These will go all back into our system. We'll put you on fast forward. You don't have to watch this, you can just watch it going fast. Very easy. 2 fingers, it rolls like butter. Alright. All my worms are done. All that's done. Now we got our cocoons. Alrighty. This is our casting bin. This is all run right here. This is some great looking castings. Are you ready to take this? In our case, we're going to put it over here in this container. And this stuff's ready to go to sell. We'll take this container here. I'll keep it nice and moist. And bacteria and fungi still live in there. We're going to reset our bin. I'll come back to this. Here's where our, it gets good. Here's the cocoons that come out of here. 1 second and I'll get all the cocoons from everything else we ran. this is from our first bins. This is from the one we just run with the worm gear. All right. Now this is pre-sifted 1/4 inch compost, just loaded. I mean, the amount of cocoons in here is just unreal. Now I'm gonna move you over here and show you how we do that so we don't lose anything. Okay guys, if you notice on this bin here, just a yellow clip. Now that tells me whenever I'm running cocoons, so I don't have to write it down, my next load of cocoons, which is this one, they go in this bin. What I have in here, I split between 2 bins. So I'll put half of it in this bin, half of it in this bin. Except for this bin, it's not a breeder bin, that's a holding bin. I've got 12 pounds of worms in there, which are gonna go out. So I'm gonna put half in here to start. All I'll do, this bin already has breeder worms in here. They're doing their thing. Now, when we go today and feed them water, we'll put feed and our chitin and our kitten. Now today, when we go to feed them water, we'll feed all these. We'll put chitin, we'll put frass on all these, which will go on these too, and we'll cover it back up. So this has got our normal breeding, but we've added all those extra cocoons in there. This bin here, there's nothing in this bin. I think there might be maybe a pound of worms that accidentally got thrown in there. But this is going to be nothing but a cocoon bin. These worms here will live their whole life pretty much in this bin. Now, my yellow tag. I want more cocoons in this bin than what I've just put. I've only put a half a load, if you will. So I'm putting this on here. If this had worms in it, I would take this tag, put it here, and I'd start there next week. But I want more cocoons. So next week when I see the yellow, I come here, I'll do the same thing. I'll put half cocoons on here, and then half cocoons on here. This is just a little something so that I know where to put all my cocoons. And they go into session, and by the time I get all the way back to over there, it's time to pull those, and I start the whole process over. Or if there's a bin, maybe something went bad in the bin, or went slow, or what have you, I can always throw those cocoons in there. For a super backup plan, any of our wedge systems, I can throw the cocoons in there. I can throw them in any of our example bins over here for when customers come by. But that's how we do this. Now I'll feed, water, cover this back up. That is that's how we don't lose any cocoons or worms. But that's, there was six totes just for this, and that is the cocoons. I know you can't see it from there, but good Lord, it's a lot of cocoons. But I want twice as many in here. These guys will start growing up. Once they get about half their size, I may split the bin. It all depends, but I'll just split it, put them somewhere else if I need to. But that's how we're doing that. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later.